the presenter is talking to a slide and the slide isn't changing at all. And so what happens is, as the audience, our eyes wander. We look to something else, and then of course we're disengaged and we're gonna start thinking about something else. So how do you keep your online audience in on the presentation you're trying to present over online? One of the best recommendations YouTube ever gave me was to watch Seth Godin. Seth Godin has been an amazing inspiration to me. Just even the way, in so many ways, I might create a different video about just how much he's impacted me. But it's safe to say I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. One thing that I have found that is when Seth does a presentations, he uses a lot of photos. He uses it and he just goes through those photos very, very quickly and dynamically. And I think that is one of the keys to a good presentation, especially when you're presenting online to a lot of people. Unfortunately, you and I, we have been accustomed and we have been trained by TV to be used to things changing a lot on the screen. If you look at a talk show, you will be absolutely, if you really pay attention, you'll be just absolutely bewildered by the amount of times the camera angle is changing, just constantly changes. And or an advertisement, for instance, just how many transitions there are in terms of what's happening on the screen. So when we look at a screen, we're used to things constantly changing. And so it's no wonder that when we're in a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting or any form of online meeting and we're staring at a screen and there is this massive presentation and a tiny little person talking, no wonder our eyes get really bored. We just start to tune out. Why? Because when we look at a screen, we're used to things changing, but often the presenter is talking to a slide and the slide isn't changing at all. And so what happens is, as the audience, our eyes wander. We look to something else, and then of course we're disengaged and we're gonna start thinking about something else. So how do you keep your online audience in on the presentation you're trying to present over online? You gotta keep the frame, the scene changing. One thing that is permissible, I think, with online meetings is death by PowerPoint. You know, they say don't have too many slides, but you know what? When you're presenting online, and I'm not talking about using Zoom to talk one-to-one or using Zoom to work on something together. I'm talking when you're presenting online. Death by PowerPoint is very fine as long as you go through those slides quickly. Because if things are quickly moving in front of that screen, in front of your screen, you're gonna remain engaged. And so look, I hope that's helpful. When you're presenting online, I want you to just think for a moment. Present like Seth Godin. I hope this is helpful. If it has been, hit the like, and thanks for watching.